He put our most intimate photos up for sale, and I found out at his Triumph exhibition. Rain tapped softly against the massive floor-to-ceiling window of our loft, steady as a metronome. I was finishing the final movement of a soundtrack for an indie game, strings swelling quietly through my headphones, when I heard the familiar click behind me. The shutter. Soft, patient, loving. "Don't move," Emma said. Her voice carried that warmth I associated with home. Coffee brewing somewhere nearby, sandalwood, the quiet hum of our life together. "The light is perfect today. You look like a tired angel at work." I smiled without turning around. That was our rhythm for 7 years. I built worlds with sound. She captured them with light. We weren't just partners. We were a private universe no one else could enter. Her camera had always felt sacred, not intrusive, not predatory. It was simply part of our intimacy, like a shared language. In those photographs, I wasn't Ethan Cole, composer. I was just Ethan, vulnerable, half asleep, laughing, barefoot in the kitchen at 2 a.m., our private archive of happiness. "Done," she whispered, wrapping her arms around my shoulders and resting her chin on my head. "One day, when you're famous, these photos will be worth millions." I kissed her wrist. They already are. A week before her first solo exhibition, Emma changed. Not dramatically, but enough that I felt it. The late nights grew later. Her patience grew thinner. She started using phrases like curatorial pressure, artistic relevance, market expectations. I did everything I could to support her, cooked dinners, rubbed the tension from her shoulders, listened when she spiraled into doubt. One night, she leaned against the kitchen counter and said, "The exhibition is called Private Geometry. It's about how personal space shapes identity." She hesitated. "There will be some bold pieces." "You're okay with that, right?" "Why wouldn't I be? You trust me?" "Completely," I said. "Just promise me one thing." She tilted her head. "No one else becomes part of your geometry." She laughed and kissed me. "Idiot. Only mine, and partly ours." I believed her. God, I believed her. Opening night arrived. The gallery buzzed with expensive perfume, low jazz, and the delicate clinking of champagne glasses. Emma floated through the room in a sharp black dress, radiant, magnetic, untouchable. Pride swelled in my chest. That's my wife. The photographs lined exposed brick walls, enormous black and white prints. I recognized our loft immediately, yet somehow it looked transformed, abstract, labyrinthine, light and shadow folding into something almost architectural. And at the center of it all, human forms, fragments, lines, beautiful, cold. I searched for the photos she used to call her favorites. The tired angel, the sleepy mornings, the laughter. They weren't there. Instead, these images felt sharper, more exposed, more revealing. Then it happened. The kind of moment your body recognizes before your mind does. Electric shock. On the far wall hung a photograph of a man's back, muscles softened by shadow, and near the shoulder blade, a triangular birthmark. Mine. The caption read, "Subject number 4, Private Collection, Berlin." The room shrank. My heartbeat climbed into my throat. Still, I walked. Maybe it was coincidence. Maybe it just looked like... Then another. Subject number 7, Museum of Contemporary Art, Oslo. My profile in dim light. I remembered that night vividly. She had whispered, "This one is only for us, our secret." And another. Subject number 12, sold at Sotheby's, 2022. My hands resting against my own spine, photographed from above. A wave of nausea rolled through me. All those years, every gentle, "Don't move," every reverent pause before the shutter. Not devotion, production, supply. I wasn't a husband, I was inventory. Across the room, Emma animatedly spoke to a silver-haired critic, her hands alive with excitement. New gold earrings caught the light. Bold, expensive. I had never seen them before. Suddenly, they didn't sparkle. They looked like price tags. I approached. Conversation around us dimmed instinctively. She turned, smiling at first, then confusion flickered across her face. Then she saw what I was looking at. The color drained from her cheeks. "Ethan." "Private geometry," I said quietly. My voice sounded stretched tight, like a wire about to snap. Fascinating concept, especially the part where pieces of your husband get shipped off to Berlin, Oslo, and auction houses. Did I read the labels correctly, artist? The critic muttered something and disappeared. Emma looked smaller suddenly. "It's not what you think," she whispered. "It's art. You said you trusted me." "I trusted my wife," I replied, "not an art dealer selling our bed." Her fingers wrapped around my wrist, ice cold. "Not here, please. I'll explain. This was for our future studio, your new equipment." I pulled away. "Explain what? That my openness, my naked honesty with you, was raw material?" Silence. "You knew I would never agree," I continued. "So you lied. Every day, including today." Her earrings gleamed again, dull, transactional. "Congratulations, Emma," I said softly. "Your exhibition is a triumph. You sold the most valuable thing we ever had, our trust, and it's in a private collection now, permanently." I turned toward the exit. The crowd parted without a word, but I didn't feel surrounded by people. I felt surrounded by giant, framed pieces of my own body, scattered across the world. My vulnerability, our history, for sale. She caught up with me on the staircase, breathless, tears streaking her makeup. "Ethan, I'm sorry. I'll return the money. I'll pull the photographs." "Do it," I said, not turning around. "But you can't return the film. You didn't just take pictures, Emma. You took my right to feel safe with you. And that's something no auction house can sell back." The loft was empty the next day. She left behind a folder containing prints of every photograph that had been sold, as if it were a refund. I burned them in the kitchen sink. The paper curled, blackened. The flame gave no warmth. Sometimes now, I catch myself staring into the mirror, searching for that triangular birthmark. It's still there, but it doesn't feel like mine anymore. It feels like a brand, a tattoo of betrayal, etched by the person I trusted most in this world. I got my images back, but the man who once turned his back without fear, he's gone, and he's not coming back. So tell me, what's more terrifying in a relationship? Physical betrayal, or the kind that turns your intimacy into a product, something priced, displayed, and sold to strangers?